Hello, you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Getting Off Tempo. I'm your host, Luke, and today I'm lucky enough to be joined by the incredible Australian singer and actress, Donna Burke. Known all over the anime and video game community for her haunting vocals and stunning voice with performances in IPs such as Tokyo Ghoul and Metal Gear Solid, Donna, it is an absolute pleasure to be joined by you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for letting me beg to be on it.
No,
that's what happened, wasn't it? I reached out to you. Anyway, that's great. It's great to be here. And
So when I started reacting to anime music, one of the areas I sort of got into was OSTs, and considered one of the strongest insert songs OSTs in the anime community is Glassy Sky. So your name is literally a staple, like, in the community. It's considered one of the best OSTs in all of anime.
I have to say I'm surprised, but then again, I have noticed it gets covered a lot. But then I get a lot of people commenting on me singing it going, I thought a bloke sang this.
Really?
Oh my God, you go and have a look at Glassy Sky on Donna Burke Official, and it's just like, oh, I thought a bloke sang this, but yeah, because so many people covered it.
Ah, okay. I guess sometimes that, like, sometimes the covers do sort of take over from the original. Like, I think the Monogatari opening is like, I'm not sure if you know that one. There's the very it's a very, like, famous.
We can edit this bit out where you just ask me constantly questions about games and anime, and I'm like,
Don't worry, that's fine. I'm still new myself, so I'm still very new to the scene. So, like, I'm like just a foot in the door, and then I'm still new. People still shun me, so it's fine.
Oh, good. Well, I'm just going to plead ignorance, and people can really get all judgy, but she lives in Japan, and that's disgusting. And I'll just say, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
Shameful.
Absolutely fine. How did you actually, like, come to creating Glassy Sky then?
I didn't write the lyrics. I just rocked up to a studio and I was singing Glassy Sky. And then they said, oh, Donna, could you, and there was a lot of, like, very awkward chatting back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then they opened the door of the studio and they all came in and it was like looking really awkward. It was almost like, can you do a fart version? But no, what they said was, can you sing like a dead person?
Oh.
And I said, can I sing like a dead person? And I was like, challenge accepted. So I just sang the song like, how many days like I'm dead, and I had my arms down, I had no emotion.
So it's body language. Yeah. The body language helped.
It really helped, and that's what they recorded.
I love that they went off and, like, whispered about it, probably trying to find the right thing to ask. Like,
stop being you. You're being too sort of whatever. Just tone it so much down that you're dead.
You're way too alive. We need the opposite.
Yes, I could have gone like full on diva. This is how I sing, and you can't tell me. I think, and then giving them a dissertation about what I think the lyrics are. But I just went, and that's why I'm still in the business.
Do you find that happens a lot? Like, when you do these songs for, like, anime and video games, do you find that when you go in, they have such a strong idea of what they want it to be, and you kind of have to go with the flow?
Oh, totally. Because and often it's top secret. So when I was singing Sins of the Father, spoiler alert, one of the main characters in The Phantom Pain is not allowed to speak, because if she does, she dies. Mm-hmm. And that, like, if they had told me, I could have just accidentally ruined millions of people's experience. So yeah, but they're being very directive, and they're giving me a reason of why to do it, but there's a secret reason.
So how did this even happen? How did, like, you get into, like, the anime music scene? Because you're born in Australia, but now you live in Japan. What was that journey from, like, a young Donna Burke in Australia to now video game, voice actor, anime singer like Donna Burke in Japan.
It's a dream come true. So I was a high school teacher up until I was 30, and then I went to London and did there's a tour of London, there's a thing, and then I got a car and drove up to Scotland, and there's just, that's very interesting, and that's like, and after about 6 weeks, oh God, I'm exhausted, I never want to do any more sightseeing again. And I got a job in Tokyo in 1996, and this is when you might have known someone who had a thing called a mobile phone and been like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the like flip ones or the button press pull down ones.
I can't remember but it was like, it was a dawn of time.
Yeah, big brick. About this big.
So I came to Japan when I was 31, and then straight away started getting, can you sing at this wedding? And I had been trained as a singer, so it wasn't like I could do that. I reckon I could give that a shot. Yeah. So I actually could sing, but also I was 31 and I'd made all the dumb mistakes when I was 20. So I was able to read the room, and when I thought, actually I don't want to do it this way, read everyone's body language, but I'm very happy to do it. I'd go for auditions. There'd be about really 5 options of who they could choose. So I had about 20% chance of always getting the gig. Whereas if I'd been in Los Angeles or New York, I would have just been like, we'll call you later.
Did you find that there was like a bit more of a like resonating towards you for like being more of an outsider in the industry in Japan? Or do you find that it works against you?
Well, you had something that they needed, English-speaking singer or voice actor. And so everyone's always very polite. I think being Australian was a disadvantage because no one wanted a flippin' Australian accent.
You're welcome to swear, don't worry.
I didn't know. Is this a kids channel?
No, you're absolutely welcome. Don't worry about it.
There was no one wanted Australian accent. You had to play an English person or Irish or American.
So did you have to adapt the accent quite early on? Is that something you sort of found yourself doing?
Well, Luke, I've been imitating people my whole life. And in fact, I spent all my childhood years imitating teachers. So yeah, most of us can just turn on American or British accents.
Yeah, a lot more diverse in the scene, I can imagine as well. So when you came to Japan, you were doing the auditions. Did you have any idea of like where was your first sort of step? Was it anime? Was it video games? Was it like when you first got into the? It was
Gundam, which is actually anime, right? Turner Gundam was the name of the movie, and Gundam is like a huge anime franchise here. So that was my first big job, I feel, as a singer, working with Yoko Kanno, who Cowboy Bebop, who I'm a massive fan. And that was a dream come true, singing live in the studio with an full orchestra. Like most of my songs, the world has ended. Everything's absolutely gone to shit. And then the song, I could introduce all of my songs like something terrible has happened.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy something terrible has happened.
I can you can kind of see that with a lot of your resume as well, that with a voice as like, I would say haunting, but in a nice way as you have a very like haunting voice that does lend itself to those kind of songs, really, those kind of moments.
Well, actually, I would disagree with you because I've had a long career. I've even done an ABBA cover album.
I saw this.
In the the late 90s, it was a sort of dance thing. So I'm thinking, I can't believe that's on my resume.
I did see it. I saw the ABBA tribute there, and I was like, ABBA? I was like, interesting. And I was like, you've got the long sort of blonde hair, sort of fit straight in perfectly. I was like, okay. I wonder if there's like I was like, I wonder if there's a photo somewhere of Donna Burke in ABBA get up singing the ABBA songs.
No, it was strictly a recording, but it was super fun.
Well, those songs are like just completely opposite of Glassy Sky in every way. Just
yes, happy. No one asked me to sing Dead.
No.
And actually, I tried to watch the episode where my song comes in. It was just too scary. Even though I didn't even know what was really going on, I was just like, and it's an anime, but it's so powerful.
I've actually never watch Tokyo Ghoul because
too scary.
I'm too scared.
100%. There you go. Yeah, no worries. We can admit this. We're going to come out of the closet about not watching, not being tough.
Sure. But it's funny because the music in Tokyo Ghoul is actually considered, this is no offense to Tokyo Ghoul, but the music in Tokyo Ghoul is considered the best part. Better than the anime. There's which does happen quite a lot in the anime scene where people say the music is the best part, and Tokyo Ghoul is one of them. So, and considering how big it is, that's quite like a staple to say, like, your song is more loved than the anime.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so I love it when people come on, like leave a comment. 2020, I'm still listening to this song. And 2022. Just, am I right? Is this so 20? It's a classic. It's timeless.
It is absolutely timeless. It truly is. So your first anime sort of entrance was with Gundam, and then how did you go from that to video games? Because not only did you do songs, but you voice act as well. So where's those two completely different things? How did that happen?
To me, it's not that different because you just have an agent. In Japan, you had heaps of agents. They would contact you. Oh, there's an English speaking role. Are you free during this time? That's how I got it. So acting in a video game, singing, it was all the same agents who were getting the work, and so that's how I got into video games. And I think around the same time I was auditioning for Silent Hill 2. Again, very scary game. I've never played it. So I was in Silent Hill 2, and then I was in Silent Hill 3. I got the audition and nailed it, eating a vomited baby Jesus and then going crazy. That was the audition. Again, it was like, can you sing Dead? Can you do that? I'm like, yeah. And it's crawling around on the grey carpet at Konami headquarters, like
going full Benedict Cumberbatch.
And then wiping a bit of blood off. Oh, yeah. Nailed it. Yeah.
That is amazing. So did you do voice acting in the gaming scene before you did a song, or did it sort of just happen at the same time?
Well, actually, Silent Hill 2 and 3, I kept saying, I can sing, right? I can sing. Did you know I'm pretty No, they didn't give me a song, the bastards. So with Metal Gear, I'd be like, I can act, because they gave me Peace Walker in 2010. Yeah. I could, And then I was on a interview and got asked by Kojima-san, can you do your Shinkansen voice in a game? And I'm like, sure, it's my voice. So that's how I got the iDroid role, because of my train work.
Yeah, it's actually my next question. So that's a nice segue, because this is something I was really curious about, because the most recent articles that pop up on you are all around your announcer for the Japanese bullet train system.
It's massive. It's like, guys, I have other talents. I'm a cat lady. I like a bit of spotted gardening. I read historical romance novels. Fine. No one ever asked me about that. It's always about the shinky.
What do you find that you get recognized by your voice for that a lot, or has it not really happened?
Luke, can you hear that I actually don't talk that in real? Actually, Luke, to get recognized, I'd actually have to talk like this in real life. And I don't. The doors on the right-hand side will open. That's a really interesting question. No, I don't. Never. No one has ever stopped me. In Japan, sometimes they recognize me because I've been on a few TV shows, I think. But one of my friends, Chris Wells, he's also a train guy, and he talks like this in real life. And he's got a very beautiful voice, and he does all the, the train bound for Nakanoku is now leaving on platform. He talks like that in real life. So one time we did get stopped, but that's just because it was Chris.
Yeah, just him just being himself.
And they were like, what are the odds? Two train people having...
Crazy.
The Japanese, and also now I'm finding the whole world just goes nuts for it. And it's way more relatable than video games and anime, because people go, I was on that.
Yeah, you're literally part of someone's everyday life. Like that, your voice, they're gonna wake up, they hear every morning, they hear you. You're someone's almost alarm clock. How did that even happen? Was that similar, just like you got a phone call one day?
I got an audition, and they were looking for someone who lived here long term and who could do a British accent.
Is that something they asked then, the British accent?
Oh yeah, because you had to imitate the woman who did it before. So again, my whole life has been spent imitating people. So yeah, this is easy. And I had to do the same intonation. So dun 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 dun. So and I was like, I wouldn't do it that way. And then all the JR people were like, no, you got to do it exactly like that.
We need exact match.
So I got the job because I'm good at imitating people. And then 2 years later, I had to do the whole thing again. I thought they wouldn't know a British accent if they fell over it. And I did posh Aussie.
Posh Aussie. Is there a significant difference between posh Aussie and posh British? I imagine it's fairly similar.
Should we do a demonstration? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shinkansen. This is the Nozomi Super Express. I'm using a British accent. Now I'm going to do Australian. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shinkansen. This is the Nozomi Super Express. Nozomi Super Express, bound for Shin Osaka Station.
There's the slight subtle tones.
If you're Aussie, you know it's an Aussie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, considering I'm British and you're Australian, it's pretty much like just different weather. Other than that, the humor and the people very similar. So
yeah.
I've always found the easiest sort of connection and conversations, considering the swearing and banter.
Get stuck, Luke.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a nice connection there, like which is really cool.
And I'm actually having a really lovely time working with people in the UK on the merch for Metal Gear in concert. And so people are so friendly and so quick, so friendly, humble, funny, but quick to, all business.
How is the preparation for your Royal Albert Hall concert coming then for Metal Gear in concert on November 1st, right? I was going to ask you about your sort of vocal preparations, but how is the merch coming? What's the whole event shaping up to be?
The merch is so fun. The merch is so fun. I got Maddie Copeland, who's a huge Metal Gear, in the Metal Gear world. She does heaps of, amazing illustrations. So she's made a special poster, a special t-shirt, special bag that will be exclusive only for Royal Albert Hall, which features Royal Albert Hall and Snake sneaking out. I won't say any more because I'll spoil it. Okay. Snake, a box of Royal Albert Hall, and Snake is sneaking out of it. It's super cute.
That does actually sound amazing.
Yeah, so that's fun. And then, as I said to you before, I've just come from a singing lesson because I've never had a singing lesson for Metal Gear or anything. I always wanted to be myself. Like, I don't want to have someone in my head saying, round your vowels, or, But I thought, no, there's a couple of bits of both Sins of the Father and When Heaven Survived where I just want to hear what a professional says of how I could make it even better. This guy, Chris Levins, looking him up online, Body and Soul, Body and Voice. He does lessons online, but he's in Tokyo. Such an amazing guy, and I just feel like he gave me the secret sauce of making it even better.
Considering how long you've been in the industry, hearing that you're still taking like lessons and still learning new things, is that like normal for a vocalist? Is it just like a never-ending
I think
lesson?
It really is. I really think it is normal. But for your listeners, if you're wanting to improve in your singing, I recommend an app called Warm Me Up. It's about $15. Like, I don't know. It's you will think, oh, this is really expensive, but it gives you a vocal warm up that you can do in the car, and it changes every time you give me a vocal warm. It changes, so you never get bored with it, and you can say, I've got 17 minutes. Give me a something to improve my voice, and it will. You choose soprano, whatever the low one is, male or female, and then boom. And that's just a way of I keep my voice in good nick. I go to the gym, lots of leg work.
I imagine for like someone with an operatic voice, I imagine stamina is actually quite key, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And what happens when you're on stage is completely different to how you feel in rehearsal. In rehearsal, you're like, yeah, this microphone's good. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's just good. And then when you come out and there's all the actual audience, the adrenaline just goes off the charts. And I was getting down. I was like, wow. And I really get into it. And my legs were going, what the actual fuck? We're trembling. Stop doing it. Stand up straight. But my body, I don't know. I'm going to give everything. And then that's when I started going to the gym, because I thought, and never again do I want to feel like I'm on stage about to fall over. What
is that like then? Like the step out onto stage, everyone's there to hear your music. It's a room full of people. What's that initial feeling like?
Well, there's terror. There's a lot of diarrhea involved when I started performing. Let's just get it out here. And the first time was at Holy Rosary church. I think I was 12 and I had to sing a song, and I think I had diarrhea for 2 weeks. And you just say the concert, and I'd, oh, excuse me, and have to run to the toilet. It was done.
Yeah, you're nervous. It's natural. It's
definitely
fine.
Nerves. And now often for Metal Gear, I often have a bit of a cry before I come out on stage.
Okay.
The music is so powerful, and there's something like beyond the brain where 70 musicians are boop, boop, boop. The actual vibrations of all the instruments going out.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah, it's something primal about it, and
that's actually something that's like is actually really interesting. So as someone who performs with like an orchestra, sort of you're coming out and you perform with an orchestra, you've got the conductor there. Is there like a bit more pressure around it? Do they go off you as the singer more like the conductor in disguise, or do you have to go off the conductor? Is there a pressure for the vocalist to synchronize there?
Well, there's definitely pressure, but they have to follow me. However, recently I was in a concert and I was in a duet, and the other singer totally stuffed up where they came in. Okay, just want to say it wasn't anyone you know, but people are going to be Googling. What did
it happens.
It was the worst thing. And so I got to my bit and I literally said, if she'd come in early, I literally sang the same, and I'm going to sing the same thing again. I actually said that in the song, and I'm singing the same line again. I just couldn't think of anything else. And then oh my God, that was awful. And I was thinking, if this was jazz or in other, you could just say, can we just stop and start again? But no, it was like too high level, and we just had to.
Too many people involved, too much going on. There's no real like do-overs really.
Yeah, no do-overs. And another time when I was in Paris for Metal Gear concert, this the conductor Nick Buck, another Aussie, he said, hey, I think it was the drummer, you need to keep on the beat, you need to, and the drummer started, well, she's not in time, and I'm just I'm going to follow her, and she's all over the place. And Nick said, she's a singer, she's allowed to, your job is to just keep the beat. And I was like, yeah, vicious comeback. You tell him, Nick.
You travel quite a lot for all these shows and all around the world. You said that one was in Paris, and then your Royal Albert Hall performance is going to be in London. And earlier you said you've come to the UK before. What's your relationship like with the UK? Have you done a lot of? Are you more of a tourist here?
I'm sleeping with the UK. My husband's English. He's from London.
So you know the UK fairly well then?
I do, and I love it, and I feel so at home. There's a lot of English migrants too from the UK to Perth. So I grew up with, actually, I'm one of 7, and 4 of us kids have married people from the UK.
Well, earlier I mentioned the connection between Australia and UK. It seems like you took that personally, like your family. you really wanted to.
No choice. There was hardly any people to date in Australia. In fact, I'm fully Australian. Funny story. One of my brothers, his kid's school was so filled with UK immigrants that his kid had an English accent.
Really?
Mummy, why are you talking like that? Get that plum out of your mouth.
My auntie's actually just recently moved over there as well. So her and her partner and their kids as well, they're over in Australia at the moment.
Which part?
They're on the Gold Coast.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they've like started a YouTube channel, and they're trying food. So they're literally just traveling around trying food all over the Gold Coast at the moment.
That sounds terrible.
I know, just eating
Lucky
and recording it. I know. And then just so you go to a restaurant, you eat it, you get the receipt, and it's your job. You're like, there you go, taxman, this is for my job. I eat food.
Oh, that's so smart.
There you go. Yeah, it's all for the job. Definitely not jealous. Definitely not jealous. No. Yeah, there was actually something earlier that I, while it's in my head, I wanted to ask you. You said that you were doing lessons now, and you're still doing like lessons vocally. There's a bit of a tangent, but when you start as a singer, do you do like lessons differently? Because you started as more of an opera singer, and going down the opera route. Is there a complete difference in the route for like you said with like a jazz singer and the energy there? Is there a difference when you're starting, or do most singers start at the same place?
I don't know, because I started singing lessons as an adult because my parents were too poor to, there's no money for that. So I wasn't sent off to every Saturday morning to some dance singing school where, oh, that's marvelous. It was like, shut up, Donna. That was my sort of upbringing. And I just found a singing teacher and she just automatically did opera with me. But I could have found a teacher who was doing, and so the lesson with Chris Levins today, he specialises in musical theatre. I'm sure if I wanted to be an opera singer, I wouldn't go to him. Yeah, and I asked him, what's the style of the songs I'm singing? It's pop rock. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Lovely orchestra.
Nothing is single genre, I'm finding these days as well. Everything is multi-genre. There's no such thing as a single genre anymore. What's one of your favorite sort of styles to sing then, with like a voice like yours? Or are you just comfortable with everything? Or is there like a style you're like, this is me?
Honestly, I love singing jazz. I do love singing jazz. It's funny because of your accent. When you first asked the question, I thought, are there any stars that you like, that you like to sing in the style of a
stars?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
So that's why my face, if you rewind it, my face was like, what star? And then it said a few times on that, style.
This question makes no sense. What is this guy doing? What does he mean? This doesn't make any sense. He kind
of did. What kind of star do you sing like? I'm like, the Donna Burke star, of course. But no, yeah. Well, I love Celine Dion. She's always making jokes and having a bit of a laugh, but then she's also incredibly powerful and on stage.
Yeah, she is. She's like, it is nice having that like sort of dynamic where, I mean, like Adele is a bit like it, a bit more behind the scenes, relaxed and chilled.
So funny.
And Celine Dion even did the song for the Deadpool movie as well, didn't she? Like crazy, you wouldn't expect it. Did like a James Bond opening with Deadpool and.
Oh no, this was reacting again. I didn't hear you properly. You have a very, very strong UK accent. I can.
I do. Everyone tells me I sound.
But since you've moved, down south, and we can't barely understand a word everywhere. But no, I was thought when I saw her sing at the Olympics, I just sobbed because she had all these health struggles, and I didn't think she'd be able to sing again. So it's just like.
Yeah, she does.
So good.
As a singer, her story is quite a sad one, and she has a lot of those performances where you will listen to, and then if you don't know, someone will tell you, well, actually this happened, she was going through this and this, and then you can't believe it. Yes, she's a very amazing singer, and I can definitely see a lot of similarities in your voice. And I something actually that's been that I wanted to mention, and we sort of skipped over it earlier, but we've been talking about you as a singer, but you're also a businesswoman. So your resume at this point is video game voice actor, singer, anime singer, a businesswoman. So what happened there? what turned Donna Burke into businesswoman?
It's like I can't help myself. I think it's ADHD, to be frank. Well, with the first thing was Hot Eats. Now available at Amazon UK. And I would take these back to Australia, and all of my siblings would be like, oh, can you bring some more of these back? And you'd think that Australia, being a hot country, they don't need heat pads.
Yeah,
but everyone's got dodgy backs because they don't go to the gym. And so my singing manager at the time contacted some companies, and now Hot Eats is how I mainly earn my living.
Well, it's huge. It's huge. Like, it's an incredibly big brand. I'd heard of it before this interview as well.
That's amazing. I just made up the name. I just didn't know what I was doing, and I just learnt as I went along. And then about 10 years ago, I wanted to. Have you been to Japan, Luke?
I've never been to Japan. I only got into sort of Japanese culture recently, and I've got two little ones, so they need to get a bit bigger before I come over.
Yeah, because they'll love it because it's so safe, and you can go into that shop by yourself and come out. It's amazing. So in every toilet in Japan, when you sit down, it'll probably be a nice warm seat. You'll be able to clean your bum, and you'll be able to hide the sound that you're making. I don't know if that's coming through.
It might not come through your microphone, yeah.
Yeah, you're not picking up. I'm listening to birds tweeting, water rushing, like forest sounds. you get used to having complete privacy. And so when you go to the UK or go home to Australia and I sit on the cold toilet seat,
Yeah.
and I can hear everyone and everyone can hear me. What we do is the double flush, so which wastes a lot of water. And so the Japanese came up with this privacy sound masker during a drought in the late 1980s. In fact, I just found out that the New York Times is going to do a story on this. I was interviewed by journalists, because it saves a lot of water.
But there you go. Like, there's so many techniques. Everyone has a way, whether it's running a tap, running the shower, coughing, flushing. Everyone has like a thing that they use. And yeah, I like having a device like that is just perfect. It's perfect. And the thing is, I love the look as well. Like it, like the white look and the little box and everything is just gonna fit.
That's why I sent you some. I forgot.
Yeah. It's amazing. My wife is obsessed, and absolutely, she was literally like, this is the best idea anyone's ever had.
I didn't come up with it. The Japanese did. This is why I don't understand. It's such a no-brainer.
It really is. It really is. And it and you can stick it as well, and it just fits in straight away. Like this little device on the side. It's
comes
perfect.
with a big piece of. It ships with a big piece of.
My wife goes through these phases of showcasing something random when someone comes around. Like if we've got a new water filter, she's like, everyone needs this water filter. You know, she's now on these like health mushroom things, and she's like, everyone needs to eat these mushroom things. And now it's if I get some orders from Cornwall, I'll know who to thank. So she is it's her favorite thing. I think it is amazing. It's one of those like things that I could just see becoming normal, like not like as in like you go into a toilet, it's just there. I feel like Japan especially is just at the front and center of toilets, like toilet culture in the entire world. No one does it like Japan. I don't know why, but it's just on another level, like from the toilets to the privacy to everything. It's like an event.
Yeah, and the public toilets are so nice and clean. And one of my mates came out, and then he went back to Sydney and he bought 2 of the Japanese toilets. He was so excited. He invited his mates over and said, look at this. And they're like, it looks great. Does it make the sound? And he goes, no, but feel the seat. It's really warm. And no, but does it make that sound? He goes, no, but you can clean your bum. And anyway, I sent him 2.
Now it makes the sound.
Yeah, now it makes the sound.
Now it does. Yeah, now he can say it. Now he's going, yeah, I got the royal flush. And that's the thing. Just stick it right there. It looks like it's part of it.
Did you give one away, or did you put it in both of your toilets? Or
I mean, I did not give one away. So, I don't know if I was supposed to, but I'm kind of keeping them.
If you got this as a gift, would that be like someone hates your guts? Or
I think it's awesome. I would like it as a
Secret Santa?
Yeah.
A joke. It kind of is a joke, but it kind of like if you gave this to your mother-in-law, would she be offended?
It probably is that perfect like conversation, isn't it? Like someone unwraps it and it's just like the instant like what the, and like that it, because it is like it's one of those like
here.
Yeah.
Yes, Mum, you are.
Yes, it's been this many years. For the love of just please. It doesn't feel like we've actually been talking that long, but wow, we have just been talking for a long time. So I think I will give you the final question then. Otherwise we are going to be here. Otherwise we will be here for hours. It just feels like I'm just chatting to a friend. So the community are huge fans of anime. You are a big name in the anime scene. What is you? And I know you're not mega into the anime. We mentioned it earlier in video games, but there must be one that you have a soft spot for.
I'm not gonna. I think we need to ask another question. I can't even think of anything.
Could it be one that you've done a song for? Your first one was Gundam, and then... No,
I never watched it. Never saw it. I think this is an absolutely dud question, Luke. It's tanking the whole interview.
That's it. It's over.
I think it's over. There's no way I can recover from the face, the horror.
That's it.
You know what I wanted to say was like The Simpsons or...
The Simpsons? You're welcome to.
Or Young Sheldon. No, wait, that's not an anime. God, I'm probably going to get off... Oh, you know what I did enjoy, and I'm not joking, was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh my word. I love that.
I did watch that with my husband. We had no expectations. We sat down and just their faces and the ramen. And
it was the facial expressions, wasn't it?
It was
the
so
facial
fun.
Yeah, the facial expressions are what got me as well. Like straight away in the beginning of the movie when she, I think it's Zoe's eating like the crisps. And then she's like, I will crush them. And like, is just mouthful of crisps. I was like, I'm going to love this movie.
And then, when they're about to have a fight scene and then it's going to take as long as, 2 minutes for the ramen to cook. Just funny comedy. And then there'd be the fans and there'd be massive, shot from here. And then it would go swooping to these really funny fans' faces. And then it would swoop. I just loved it.
Yeah. No, I think K-pop Demon Hunters is a perfectly acceptable answer, especially considering it is it's one of the biggest movies Netflix has ever had. It might be number one now. It's one of the biggest animated movies of all time. Tons of awards. I mean, even the voice actors, watching them turn up to, what was it, the Grammys recently? And like, it was like, it's another realm. I think that is a great answer, especially with the music in it as well.
Yeah, I love the music. I did a bit of karaoke on it the other night by myself.
Oh, yeah. What was your go-to song?
I think it was, I tried to do the first one, What It Feels Like.
How It's Done. I think that's cool.
Yeah, How It's Done. Hopeless, absolute epic fail. Golden was good, but I think I liked the one at the end where they're joining together.
What It Feels Like, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think it's what it feels like. It starts off with her boots, at the very end.
Yeah, I agree. That one, because you had Idol, and then it rolls into Rumi's What It Feels Like, and the final part of it. And yeah, all three of them coming together. I
love the message too.
Yeah, being yourself, embracing who you are.
And when I saw the demon scars, I was like, get out of town. That I didn't see coming. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? So I was such a good hook. Like, she hunts demons and she's a demon.
One little Easter egg that someone pointed out to me was that in the final scene, in the final outfits they wear, her two friends, on their outfit, they have really subtle fake tattoos. Demon markings, just to like say that they like accept her, which I thought was like really sweet. I'm not ashamed to say I might have cried.
Good,
It's a very for a kids movie. It was amazing. So my children love it as well. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's been
thank you. I insist.
It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. It's been really nice. I love it when I have an interview and I feel like I could just keep talking for ages, and that's exactly what today has felt like. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
I wish you the absolute best of luck at your Royal Albert Hall performance as well. And and I look forward to seeing your face and name in the New York Times as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Thank you so much
Donna
for joining
and
me.
toilets.
Yeah, saving the world, saving the world, water, people, marriages, everything. It's the ultimate.
Thanks, mate.
That's it.